Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do. It's going to be a bit of a hybrid video. It's kind of going to be my makeup monthly mixed with a first impression follow-up video. So the end of the year gets to be a pretty crazy time on YouTube. I did so many like best of videos, like not even best of, but just like wrap up 2019 videos. There was so much going on there, so much I wanted to talk about. Of course, we had the 2020 videos, brands I want to try, like goals and such for 2020. So I already was getting so far behind on my makeup monthlies. I was posting them almost like a month later. And then I've done, you know, quite a few hauls or trying new makeup videos, and I really needed to do an update on them. So this video is like an update of a bunch of new products that I've been trying out recently, but I'm going to do it in my makeup monthly format where I go through products that failed me, I go through products that I thought were just okay in the fine category, and then we'll finish it off with my favorites. Normally in my makeup monthlies, I also do a creator shout out and I finish off with 5-star books. So those are going to be put on pause because I have a lot to go through right now, but I do want to get back on track with my regular makeup monthly series, sending out my newsletter and all of that, and we're gonna get back to that. But I just know that I have so many of these products that I need to follow up with, so I thought I could kind of combine the two style of videos. So we definitely have a lot to chat about today. I'm just gonna jump right into it since I know that was kind of a longer intro. Sorry, but wanted to explain myself there. So like I said, I'm gonna just go ahead and start off with the product that failed me. I only have one in here, and this is just a product that isn't really for me. It did get sent to me in PR, and I tried it out because I was like, I'll try it because you never know. But this just isn't like it's just not like a me product. This is from Colourpop. This came out in their Flutterby collection, and this is the Flyby Pixie Puff Highlighter. So you have like this kind of canister here, and then when you open it up, you have a loose highlight, and then it also comes with a puff. So you can, you know, the thought is to like put it on your body and all of that. I can see the highlight from this. To be honest, this just isn't a product that I would wear a ton. It's not something that I often go for, and when I was applying it, like I was trying it on my shoulders and such, and I just didn't really see much going on with it. I don't know if it'd be better to apply it more with like a brush or something along those lines, but you know, it's $16. I love the Colourpop highlighters, Flexitarian, Horse and Carriage, the Super Shock, the pressed highlights. They're some of my favorites, but more of kind of like this body style highlight, just not a favorite of mine. I did also want to say that I did film this look. This was in Friday's Chatty Get Ready With Me, so I will link that one down below. I do have a Colourpop palette on my eyes. I don't have eyeshadow palettes in this video because all of the palettes that I had in my trying new makeup videos, I reviewed all of those in my 2019 wrap-up video where I reviewed and ranked all of the 43 palettes that I tried throughout the year. So I didn't want to also include them in here because I feel like this video is probably going to be long enough anyways. There's a lot of products to get through, so to re-review products didn't really seem to be the smartest. So I will link that video if you want to check it out. That is where I have a bunch of reviews in there. And definitely when it comes to Colourpop, because I also have a few products in my fine category, that's what I think is just like top notch. That continues to be my favorite product from them. I think their eyeshadow palettes are so quality. I do get some products sent to me in PR, but again, this eyeshadow palette, I purchased it myself from Ulta Beauty. Friday's video is an Ulta try on haul. So yeah, just wanted to say that. But then moving over to the fine category. So I do have this bronzer from Colourpop. This came out in the Going Coconuts collection, which the Going Coconuts palette, big favorite of mine. Highly recommend that one. This is Talk to the Palm, a pressed powder bronzer. This is $8. This one, I'm putting it in the fine category because I think it's mostly just the shade that doesn't work the best for me. This was sent to me, so I think if I were to have chosen it, I would have chosen, I think it was the other one in the collection looked to be a little bit lighter. I can still make it work. I am particularly fair right now because winter and all of that. So it can be a little bit too warm on me. This one I would say is more of a warm bronzer. If that's something that you tend to go for, you might like it. I didn't mind the formula on it though. It's a matte bronzer. It wasn't like the easiest bronzer to blend out, but it also like wasn't the toughest. Like it was fine, but I wasn't like, oh wow, this is, you know, super easy to blend out, but wasn't terrible. And again, the shade just not really super perfect on me, but I didn't think it was bad. Like that's why I have this fine category when I'm normally doing my makeup monthlies, because there's some products that I think are pretty good. I just didn't lose my mind over them, but I also don't hate them. So that is the Colourpop bronzer. And then also I have some products from Tarte. So I purchased their 9 Ways to Shine Cheek Wardrobe. This came out in their holiday collection. So this was $35 and you got 3 stacks essentially. So this one has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. This is one that I use the most. And then I have another stack here. The third one I did put into a giveaway because all of these shades just didn't seem like shades that I would really wear a ton or work the best for me. So these were the 2 that I kept. You have 2 blushes in here and then also a highlight. I thought that they were fine. I noticed that after I bought them, I didn't continually want to keep reaching for them. And because I definitely do purchase a lot of makeup, I get sent a lot of makeup, I'm trying to review new makeup. Sometimes one of the, I don't know if I want to say one of the easiest ways, but one of the ways for me to be able to tell what I really love versus what I think is fine or maybe what I'm not, you know, loving on is how often I just, you know, kind of like subconsciously reach for them. Because there's products that I'll try once or twice, but I'll keep, you know, every day that I'm doing my makeup, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use that again. Oh, I'm gonna use that again. And then there's some products that I'm like, I don't really need to feel them out again. And that's kind of like where the Tarte fell into. I don't think that they were bad products. They performed fine. Again, the bronzer in here, I didn't think it was a bad bronzer. Again, kind of like wasn't the easiest to blend. The color wasn't the best on me, but it wasn't the worst. Like the blush was fine, the highlight was fine. Like overall, like I just thought it was pretty decent. I mean, $35 for 3 stacks, that is a lot of products. You get a lot of options. I think that these are kind of more travel friendly, how they stack up like this. I definitely liked this style way more than the blush books that they came out with. And I mean, I used to be a face palette like fanatic. I had so many, I bought so many, and I used to buy the Tarte big blush books. So it was like a big circle with like 8 blushes and a highlight in the center. I totally did that. I think that these are a lot more like almost like storage friendly, travel friendly, if you will. They're just kind of like easy to pop into a makeup bag, but they didn't turn into an absolute favorite, but I didn't think that they were a bad product. Another one that I have from Colourpop, these are the Just a Tint Lip Crayons. These run for $8. There's also different like duos that you can purchase, sets that you can purchase. But if you're interested in one, they run for $8 on the Colourpop website. These I actually really don't mind. The reason that I put them in the fine category is because I'm not a huge fan of crayon lip products. I pretty much never have been. Every once in a while I have 1 or 2 in my collection, but I just don't tend to reach for them often. But I do like these. Now, like I said, Colourpop eyeshadows I just think are phenomenal. Also the lip liners I think are great, but a lot of the lip products I don't tend to lose my mind over, like the matte lips, the glossy lips, the lippy sticks. I think a lot of them are fine, but I don't necessarily like lose it. But these I actually think are really, really good. If you like this type of product, I think that you would really like these. They do definitely have a smell to them. I don't know if it's like pina coladas that I'm thinking of, or maybe it's just like a coconut smell. So they definitely are very scented. If you don't like that, you probably wouldn't like these. And they leave kind of, they're more than just a sheer wash of color on the lips. Like they have a little bit more oomph. But I'll go ahead and swatch this one, which one is this one? This one is Island Time. So this came out in the Going Coconuts collection as well. That was sent over to me. I mean, you can see like it has some color, but it's a little bit more on the sheer side. It gives you a little bit more of like a glossy, like satiny type of finish. I don't know, I think that these are nice. Again, it's just not a personal preference of mine, so I tend not to reach for them super often, but I like them on the lips. I think that you do have to reapply them quite a bit, which I mean just makes sense with this type of formula, but again, the only reason I don't put it in my favorites is because it's not a personal preference lip product of mine, but I thought that they were nice. And then another lip product that I have, this one is from Patrick Ta. This is a lip liner. So this is the Precision Lip Liner. It's $26 and this is in the shade She's Proud. Okay, so I purchased this from Sephora. I was really curious about Patrick Ta's line. Everything just looks so like beautiful and elegant and luxurious. And I decided to go with a lip liner. So at the bottom here, you click it up, but I have not been able to figure out how to click it back down. And I know people were telling me that was a thing, but I can't do it. And I just broke some of it off because I was trying, because people are telling me you can. I can't figure it out how how people are doing that because it doesn't work for me. So I don't know what to say there. And this is one of those, like how I was saying that there's products that I continually reach for, and then there's ones that, not that I forget about, but I'm like, nah. That's kind of how I was with this one. So that is the swatch of She's Proud, and it's a fine lip liner. Like it's creamy without being overly creamy. It glides on nicely. Kind of the tip of it, it almost reminds me a little bit of like the Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil actually. And sometimes it was a little bit hard to like line super precisely with the lips instead of being like to a sharp point. It's just a little bit different. So sometimes I found myself struggling a little bit. I liked the shade. I feel like it looked pretty, but it was one of those that I can't say it's a favorite because I didn't lose my mind over it. I wasn't constantly wanting to reach for it, but I don't think that it's a bad product. But it is expensive, you know, it's $26 for the full size. And I also did get sent a highlighter from Jaclyn Cosmetics when she released her highlighters for holiday time. The shade that was sent to me was Bomb. And then also this brush was sent along with it. You can purchase these in a duo. This one, I believe it's the 03, yeah, the J03 brush. So the highlighters by themselves are $24. You can purchase the brushes separately, or you can purchase duos, and these are $39. I think that this is a good highlighter. Like, this highlight is definitely very, very blinding, and I like more intense highlighters for sure. For me, I just don't love loose highlighters, so it tends to make me not reach for them very often because, I don't know, they just, to me, they just seem a little bit messier. There's just, I feel like I have to think about applying my highlighter, whereas with like a regular powder highlight, I'm just like, yeah, get on my face. You know? And loose highlighters, I feel like I just have to think about. So I'm trying to do it as nicely as I can with my brush, and I feel like I'm not showing a great job of, because it's very, like, when I first put it on, it was like, but then applying it with the brush is, you know, a little bit tougher. So again, if you like really blinding highlights and you don't mind loose highlighters, I think that you would probably really get on with this one. I didn't love the brush very much because it just was almost a little bit like aggressive, you know? Like, I like to kind of like circle my brush around and like sweep the highlighter, and this is just kind of like stamp, highlight, and it is just a little bit too like sharp for me. You know, you could probably use this brush for other things, maybe even like, I don't know, contour. It's kind of small, or like nose contour or something like that, because it's just like a mini fan brush, but not a particular favorite of mine, the brush. But again, the highlight, I just, you know, personally can't say that I'm obsessed with it by any means, but I know that she also came out with highlight palettes that has the pressed highlighters in there. I'm trying not to purchase a lot of face palettes or highlight palettes or things like that, and there was 4 of them in there, but I was excited to be able to try out a loose highlighter, and those are my thoughts. And then I want to finish it up with some skincare because I purchased a set from Murad at Sephora, and it came with 4 different products. One of them in particular is, I want to have it in the favorite category, so that's how we'll transition over. These 2 here, so I got this, the set is no longer available at Murad. I purchased it around holiday time, but they definitely have a lot of sets available. I love minis. I'm always talking about my love for minis. I purchase a lot of minis, and especially when it comes to something like skincare, it's nice to be able to get samples or mini sizes, save some money, and see what's actually worth it, see what you want, you know, like what are you using up, what do you really want to repurchase. So these 2 products here, I have the Hydration Night Fix Enzyme Treatment, and then the Revitalixer Recovery Serum. So the night treatment is like what you would use as your very last step, and then the recovery serum is more of a day serum. Truly, I just don't feel like, with these being like as small as they are, I just don't think I use them consistently enough to get like a really fantastic idea one way or the other. But again, they were one of those products that sometimes with skincare, when I try a product for the first time or I try it for 2 times, I'm like, ooh, I think I really like this one, or ooh, I really don't think I like this one. And these, I was just kind of like, okay, cool. So I would try to incorporate them as much as I could. I really tried to, though, cut back on how much products I was using in my skincare because my skin was kind of changing. I was having a lot of breakouts. I do think I was having very dehydrated skin, but I really tried to scale back the amount of products I was using, both in my AM routine and in my PM routine. And that was kind of right around the time that I bought these 2. So Like, I think that these were both fine. I didn't notice anything adverse with them, but I wasn't like crazy in love with them. The reason I bought the set was for this product in particular. This is the AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. So I have a pretty good amount down. You really only need a small amount with this one. And it is a little bit more like, it's more of like a gritty cleanser, I would say. Kathleen Lights was really raving about this. And I will say, every time I've used this one, my skin feels very soft. It looks very, what word would I say? I want to say like my skin looks very clean after I use this one. Maybe like bright is kind of what I'm thinking of, but along those lines, but without feeling overly stripped. Sometimes even just using a cleanser, but especially sometimes using exfoliators, my skin gets that squeaky clean feeling, and that's actually not a great thing. That means like you've done too much, like you've stripped too much off your skin, which is not great. So I appreciated that even though this was a little bit more on the gritty side, which sometimes I get worried about since I have more sensitive skin, I didn't notice anything negative along those lines. Again, I've tried to cut down how much I'm using, especially with the AHA and BHAs. I've tried not to use them as much as I once did. So that's why I also cut down my use on this one. But I really, really like this one. I don't think I could say right now that it's still an absolute favorite of mine, but I still am going to continue to use it. And when I just feel like I need a good exfoliation, this has been a good option because I like that it's still gentle enough for me. And then the product, moving over to the favorites, the product that I really, really loved and actually used all the way up, I have this in my empties garbage can. This is the Nutrient Charged Water Gel. Okay, so I'm a fan of this one. The full size is $60, which that is a lot of money. Again, Murad has a lot of different sets out there, so if there's something in particular you're eyeing, like I was the exfoliator, you might want to see if it's in a set that you would also, you know, want to try out the other products. I really like this though because I felt like this did a lot for hydration, and it was a product that has more of a, like it says gel water, like it has more of like that gel lightweight consistency. And sometimes because I have typically always have really, really dry skin, I like something that's a little bit thicker. Right now I have the Milk Makeup like vegan milk moisturizer in my AM routine, and that's a very like rich, thick moisturizer, and I love it. But I also really enjoyed this, even though at first glance I was like, I don't know if I will. And I used this one all the way up. You know, it is a mini, but I did use it all the way up because it was just like you could feel it. I could feel, like, this is one of those, how I said when I try a skincare product 1 or 2 times and I'm like, oh yeah, this is something that I felt oh yeah about. I felt like I could really see a difference. And when I stopped using this moisturizer and before I started using the Milk, I didn't have like a one moisturizer I was like really consistently using. It was kind of one of those weird like in between stages, like I don't know what to do with my hands, what's going on with my life moment. And I felt like I could notice with my skin that it was like, need more moisture. So I mean, I definitely noticed this was one that out of all of them, I really didn't think this would be the product that I loved, but I loved it. It's expensive for the full size, but I added it to my Sephora loves list because I felt like I could really see a big difference with it, especially for the particular skincare concern that I have. You know, if you're more oily, you don't deal with dehydrated or dry skin, you probably wouldn't need this one, but I really enjoyed it. All right, continuing on with my favorites, I really wanted to give an update on using Olaplex for my hair. I've gotten a lot of questions about it. Hair is definitely something that does take me a little bit longer to review. I typically only wash my hair twice a week, so especially reviewing something like shampoo, conditioners, the bonding oil, like I knew it was going to take me a little bit longer, but I did really want to give an update on everything that I've been trying. I've been really impressed with the Olaplex line, and I know I've been getting a lot of compliments on my hair. I'm trying not to heat style my hair this week. I've been using a lot of heat on my hair. You've seen me with really straight hair. You've seen me with really, really curly hair. You've seen me with more wavy hair. All of that is heat styled, and I'm trying to cut back. When I was in Vegas I don't know for sure when this video is going up, but I was in Vegas last week. I heat styled my hair every single day, so I'm just trying to give it a bit of a break. And I was like, great, I'm gonna review hair products and like not have my hair done, but I don't want to put heat on my hair too often because that's also not great for it. But I have been really enjoying the Olaplex products. Okay, so I have tried the number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo, number 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. It says repairs, strengthen, and hydrates all hair types. These, I've kind of been messing with them a little bit, but I don't know if you'd be able to tell, it looks like I have barely used these because you need the smallest amount of product. So these run for $28. I did purchase a bunch of products in a set around holiday time. I had already prior to that purchased the bonding oil off a recommendation from Babs Beauty. I really liked it, so when I saw the set come out, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that too. And so they have the full size, which is $28, but they also have a bunch of minis, which I believe are $14. Again, I would recommend the minis, trying out something new like hair care. I just think that's kind of the way to go to see if like your hair does like it. But again, you need the smallest amount of products. These are going to last me forever. Even conditioner, like sometimes with shampoo, I only need a small amount, but even with this conditioner, like you do not need a lot of product, and I really enjoy the way my hair feels. So I really like the shampoo and conditioner, but honestly, I have quite a bit to talk about. So sometimes I will put in, this is the number 3, the hair perfector. So on the back it says use before shampooing because this is not a conditioner, it's a bond builder. So before I shower, I will put this on my hair. I'll leave it in for at least 10 minutes. Sometimes it's like 20 or 30 or whenever it is that I get to the shower, but usually somewhere within that time frame. Then I get in the shower, rinse it off, then use the shampoo and conditioner. My hair feels great. I feel like it looks so much better. I am someone who usually deals with a ton of frizz, like a ton of frizz, especially when using heat on my hair. My hair will just be like frizz city. And since I started the Olaplex, I feel like my hair is stronger. I feel like it's not as frizzy. It looks better. It's easier to do. Like I feel like I can actually do my hair these days because my hair is just in better condition. And I love that. So I've used this guy quite a bit. This one I also purchased off a recommendation from Babs Beauty, and I'm really, really happy with them. And then this one here is the Bond Smoother. This is a leave-in reparative styling cream. I haven't used this one as much as everything else that I just mentioned, but I also really like this one. Again, this is what I use after I get out of the shower. I typically do either like the It's a 10 spray that kind of helps like detangle and make it easier to brush my hair, and then I'll put this one on here. And the word I want to use would be like smooth. Again, it's just, it feels better, looks better, feels more manageable. So I've been really happy with this. And then I think I have reviewed the number 7 bonding oil on my channel because this is what I've used the most. This was the first product that I tried. This is also what I'll use after I get out of the shower. So typically I'll do like the It's a 10 spray, then I'll do this, and then I will follow up with this. So it's kind of a lot. But I saw one time Annie Lawless, who runs Lawless Beauty, she was doing a Q&A on her Instagram, and they said like, how are you able to like not wash your hair every day, or you know, asking for like hair tips. And she said once she gets out, she puts in a leave-in, a oil, and I think it was like a heat protectant maybe or something like that. But she did 3 different things, and I was like, Annie has great hair, I'm gonna start doing that. So that's what I've done, and I feel like it really has helped. So that's typically the order that I will do it, but this one also helps your hair dry faster, which I think is great. So the night before I'm filming this, I actually showered at like 8 o'clock, and my hair was still obviously really wet at like 8:30, and I was like, kind of want to lay down within an hour, and I was like, oh no, I didn't put this on. And I went in the bathroom and put on the bonding oil, and my hair was dry before I went to sleep. So I was like, thank goodness. So I've just been really getting on with the entire Olaplex line. I've been a big fan of it. I've purchased everything myself, and I'm a fan. I get a lot of compliments on my hair. Again, I kind of wish I had my hair done today, but you know, real life and all of that. But I've been a fan. So again, they have the minis at Sephora if you'd want to try them out and see if they work for you, but I've been loving them. Another lip product that's a favorite, this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in Very Victoria. I think I mentioned this in my Best of Beauty video for 2019, but just to reiterate, like, I love this lip color so much. This is in the Matte Revolution line, which is my favorite from Charlotte Tilbury, but Very Victoria, I think I actually like this even more than Pillow Talk, which is a really beautiful pink. But I love this kind of dark, I'm such a fan of Very Victoria. I take it with me so often. I think that it's beautiful. And then also I recently tried this gloss from Ofra Cosmetics. Again, I've mentioned that Ofra glosses are one of my favorite formulas. They have so many beautiful shades. This is one of their newer glosses in BRB, and I think that it is so beautiful. It has more of a lavender base and then just a bunch of really beautiful shimmer and sparkle in there. I don't think that you can go wrong with pretty much any of the glosses from Ofra. I've tried a lot of the different shades, but something about this really beautiful lavender just calls to me. I love wearing mauves and pinks and purples, obviously, and this is just such a good gloss to top with it. So highly recommend this one from Ofra. An eyeshadow palette that I have, this is from Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Glam. I've already used this so many times, and it's one of, I was gonna say it's my newest palette. That's a lie, because I just bought a Colourpop one. It's one of my newer palettes. I took it to Vegas with me. I did a meetup with a couple other YouTubers there. I am gonna have a vlog going up, which I'm very excited about. This is what I wore to the meetup. I'm just such a fan of these palettes, and I really enjoyed this color scheme. I love the Mini Nude. It's truly just one of my favorite and most used palettes. But this, you know, I can use this one by itself. I can use it with the Mini Nude. These are $25, and I'm a fan. This last shade is a little bit more crumbly. It's kind of like the, is it the first shade, the third shade in the Mini Nude? I can't remember exactly. So that one is a little bit crumbly. I would recommend that one with a setting spray, but honestly, it doesn't deter me. I still have gotten along great with this palette. I would definitely say it's a favorite. I love how like small and just like travel friendly it is, and I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So this brow pencil I did mention recently in my underrated makeup products and brands. This is from Japanesque. It's the Kumadori dual-ended brow pencil. It's what I have in my brows today, and I just use this one so much. This is $20. You do also get a spoolie with it. When I was linking it for the underrated video, I remembered that they do send along like a singular brush spoolie, because you get a double-ended side. I have the light medium shade. One side is a little bit lighter, one side is a little bit darker. A lot of times I just use the darker side. That's what I have in my brows today. But sometimes I'll mix in the lighter side like towards the front, or for the hair strokes at the front, or to just kind of run it through if I, you know, just kind of want something like not as dark of brows, if that makes sense. I'll use the lighter shade too. The only thing that bums me out is that it doesn't come with a spoolie, but it doesn't have the spoolie on here, but it does come with the spoolie. So I wanted to mention that one again. I know I just talked about it, but I've had it on my favorites list for a while because I've been wearing it so much and I love it. Next up, I want to talk about a really exciting collaboration. This was with Mel Thompson and Christian Odette. Mel Thompson is one of my friends here on YouTube. She is a fantastic person, and she was able to do a collab with the brand Christian Odette. They came out with some lip products. So the prices on these, you can purchase the lip liners at $24. The lipsticks are $29. I have my phone next to me. Or you could purchase all four at $85. This was sent over to me from Mel, so thank you so much to her. And these three are definitely my favorite. So she also came out with an orange lipstick, and I don't wear orange a ton, and if I do wear like a brighter color, it's normally in like our warmer season. So I'm definitely gonna bust that out once we enter into that season, which will be great. So I'm looking at so much snow, so that'll be great. But these three are definitely my favorites. So the two different lip liners, one is Kitten and one is Smooches. Kitten is a little bit of a lighter nude, and then Smooches is a little bit deeper. Honestly, I enjoy them both. I almost wear Smooches a little bit more, even though it is darker, but especially to pair it with the lipstick, I think that it's a really beautiful combo because the lipstick is Beauty. Mel always says, "Hey, beauties," and I'm always like, "Hey. What up, girl?" So you can see Beauty is just this really light nude, so that's why I think it pairs so well with the darker lip liner. And it's such a beautiful lipstick. It's one of my favorite lip combos. When I wear it, when I've posted photos on Instagram, I get so many people saying, "What lip combo are you wearing?" I know I had some people ask when I did my like best of in 2019. They were like, "What about Mel's lip set?" And I was like, "I just got it. I've only tried them." I think I had worn one. Yeah, one lip liner and the lipstick twice, and that was it. And I'm like, I think it's gonna be a favorite, but I can't wear something once and say it's a favorite. Like, that's just not fair. I just can't do it. But I was responding back like, "I just got it, but I'm gonna be trying them out. I'll let you know." So I wanted to make sure to come back to say that I think that these are so great. I really love Beauty. I just think it's so beautiful. Everything seems very luxurious. Like the lipstick is heavy. I wasn't familiar with this brand before Mel's collab, but I think she did such a good job on it. The shades, the names, I mean, just the packaging, the overall vibe, I think everything is really beautiful. The only thing I'll say for the lipstick is that I feel like after a few hours, you know, it starts to like wear away in the center. You kind of get that line, but I don't know, a lot of lipsticks tend to do that, especially this one is more of like a satin lipstick, and it's super, I mean, it's, you know, a cream lipstick. It's super easy to reapply, and then boom, like you're off to the races. Nothing crazy happens when you reapply it, and I think that it's beautiful. So congratulations, Mel. I think you did such a good job. I love smooches and beauty the most together. I think that combo is just so stunning. Okay, lastly, I have 2 more items here from my girlfriend Charlotte Tilbury. One of them, I didn't realize the cost on it, and as I was putting together this video and getting the prices, I almost fell off my chair. So Charlotte's doing that to me again. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. This is one that I've been so interested in. I've thought several times to grab it. Now this one is a limited edition with the packaging. It also does come with a small brush, which to be honest, I just really haven't used the brush a lot, but it is $68 for this particular one. And I'm like, that is really expensive. I mean, obviously like really beautiful packaging on it. You have this nice mirror in here and you have the 2 different shades. I have been thinking about purchasing this for so long, but I was like, would I really use it? Sometimes the Charlotte highlights to me can be a little bit more subtle, and this I was like, I don't know, it looks like a pretty contour shade, and I love to contour, but sometimes I don't do it every single day and I just use a bronzer and I'm like, oh, whatever, it's fine. I was actually really surprised at how much I love the shades in here. I'm kind of like running out of room to swatch. Okay, those are really awkward. Let me try again. I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed this. From the first time I tried it, I was like, wait, what's going on here? And this is one that I have troubles not using. Again, it's one of those that I keep reaching for. I'm like, oh, I'll use the Filmstar Bronze and Glow today. I'm like, you just used it yesterday. Maybe you could use something else. And I just think it's beautiful. So I did the 2 swatches over here. My swatches are getting very awkward. The contour shade I think is really beautiful. The Sculpt shade, I think that I can use it as a contour. It's a little bit more cool toned. That tends to be my preference with bronzers, and I feel like if I use something that's a little bit more of like a dense brush, I can really get in the hollows of my cheek and contour. I can use something a little bit more fluffy and add it as a bronzer and kind of, you know, like have it on even like that, not like the apples of my cheeks, but you know what I mean, and like sweep it back. I think that it's beautiful. It's so easy to blend out. It looks so natural. That's why I love it. It looks natural. Charlotte Tilbury models. I did a get ready with me, basically trying to transform myself into one of them. I feel like they just have this natural beauty thing going on. And even though it's like, you know that they're wearing makeup, you can see it. You know it. There's no like fakery going on. But they just have this natural beauty about them, and I'm like, I want to look like that. And then the highlight, I thought it was going to be too subtle because I've tried a Charlotte highlight palette. I'm like, you know, like I wish that it was a little bit more. And you can make it subtle, but you could also build it up, and it is beautiful. I love this palette, and I didn't think I was going to. I did not think I was going to. Did not think I was going to, and I really enjoy it. It is just very pricey, but I think it's great, and I use it so often. And then finally, I want to finish up with this guy right here. I've mentioned this in quite a few videos. I've put it in several Get Ready With Me, so I'll just touch on it quickly. But from Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Magic Vanish Concealer. I have the shade Fair, and this one runs for $32. And so this one is in a little pot. So again, not one that I really expected to love, because I kind of prefer more of like a regular concealer, if you will, but I have no problems. I can put my sponge in here, I can put my brush in here, and you need the smallest amount, and that's it. Like you just need a very small amount with this one. And it's even got like a little teeny tiny mirror in here, so I can like see one eyeball, so that's really great. But again, a small amount of product, and I like this one in particular. Again, I have Fair. It's so brightening for the under eyes. It's such a big difference. Again, I've used this in so many Get Ready With Me's at this point, and you can just, it's almost like every time I use this, I use it on one eye and then I'm like, wait, stop, look. This is such a big difference. It does really good at canceling dark circles. Again, just brightening everything. Again, just kind of giving you that natural beauty, like, oh yeah, I woke up like this type of look. I don't find it to be, like, I don't find a lot of creasing with it. I do typically always set my concealers, but I never have issues with it. Doesn't move around. Like, it just, I'm a big fan. Charlotte, you're just out here continuing to impress me. I will bring you an extra bottle of wine at our next girls' night, because I think that you've been doing a great job, girlfriend, okay? But after that, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I know this was probably a little bit longer, but I really wanted to come back and just review products. I've been so excited to review, and I know that, you know, a bunch of the 2019 wrap-up videos are essentially review videos, but I've had so many products that I've been playing with, and I've really wanted to talk to you about them, just review them, I'll let you know my thoughts, and then kind of bring back the makeup monthly style of it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. I know this was a lot of reviews, but I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.